Oh yes, Mandingos, today I'm in the fine town of Whitley Bay for a mooch around and a takeaway review. You know what I'm talking about. Right. Mandingo. Welcome back to the Blot Outdoor Show, Mandingos, and thank you for joining me on another Friday night video. You see old video gaga. Oh, sinky feet. Sinky feet in the quicksand almost, it was like, in the seaweed. Yes guys, oh you bastard. Today I'm at the fine town of Whitley Bay in North Tyneside. I'm at the most northern point at the minute. We're going to go back down to the town centre area very soon. First I wanted to check out St Mary's Lighthouse, which is just round that corner. I think the tide's in too much, so we're not going to be able to cross over into the lighthouse. Yeah, it's one of them places that brings back memories from my younger days, coming with my mum and dad. And then when I first met Mrs. Blott and we bought like a touring caravan, we used to go to the campsite just up the road and would come down to St Mary's Lighthouse, and then we'd go along the seafront for a game of crazy golf and into the town centre for a mooch around. So yeah, a bit of a trip down memory lane, if you know what I'm talking about. But as usual guys, it's going to be more of the same for these Friday night videos. I'm going to be mooching around, see what we can see, hopefully get talking to some local legends. You never know what's going to happen on these videos. One thing I will guarantee you, at the end or at some point during the video, we will get some scrandingo mandingos. Oh yes, that certainly is the plan, dingo. And we will do some serious brochure munching Gladbach. My trainer is soaking wet, in the famous words of Marty Pello. Anyway, let's go back around that way to St Mary's Lighthouse. And hi, are you coming along? You better believe you are. How are? Ah. Just bumped into this legend here, local guy, hasn't got a clue who I am. We've just been talking. I said, nice day mate. He says, aye, lovely day. You can't beat a bit nice weather, can you? Exactly. Down the seafront. So is this where you're from, like Whitley Bay?
Whitley Bay.
What do you think? Are you proud to be a Whitley Bay lad?
Well, it's all changing, you know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
It's all getting worse, you know
getting
what
worse?
I mean? Aye.
See, for me being an outsider coming in, I love the place, mate. Aye. I always think it's nice lovely. With it being nice on the seafront. I'm from Seaham.
All right.
But I live in Sunderland.
Yeah.
And I was just telling your viewers that when I was a kid I used to come here with my mum and dad.
Yeah.
And then years ago when my two stepdaughters were just little, we used to come for a wee and we used to stop in the campsite up there.
Aye.
So
them were the days years ago.
Aye, it brings back memories for me. So I'm not saying anything bad about the place. I'm just coming down the seafront and saying the nice parts.
Yeah.
So what is it that's getting bad about Whitley Bay?
As I said, because one, the nightlife. As I say, like Whitley Bay.
Well, the nightlife used to be fantastic here, didn't it?
Yeah,
years
it
ago.
used to be heaving.
Aye.
You know what I mean? There used to be shops everywhere.
Aye.
Now it's all homes, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to go up to town centre soon, like, and have a walk around. It used to be a bustling place, didn't it, years ago? Aye. So, was it like just shops shutting down and?
Yeah, and getting made into homes, you know what I mean?
Aye. What's it like for like you know, like crime or drugs and things like that? Is it getting worse, or is it just
it's getting
like
worse
everywhere?
With drugs.
Aye.
Yeah.
Smackheads and that kicking around, and aye. Well, it's the same everywhere, isn't it though?
Man, it's terrible, man.
Across the whole of the UK, everywhere it's going into decline.
Nowadays it's all changed, you know what I mean? Like in the olden days, okay, it was poverty and God knows what, but you looked after each other.
Well, that's the thing, don't the people talk about years ago? No one had no money, but
aye.
It was more of a community, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone used to get on, but there'd be loads of pubs and bars, and
all the pubs
Absolutely. Were busy, weren't there? And
yeah.
all the shops weren't boarded up, they were all taken. Everything's gone to shit on it.
That reminds me of my dad when he was alive, you know what I mean? He used to walk and take us out, you know what I mean? Crab picking and stuff like that. Pub, house, you know what I mean? You're thinking, bloody hell.
Where I'm from, Sayham, it's only like a little town.
Yeah.
And there must have been 100 pubs just in one little town.
Yeah,
you'd walk out one door and go into the next one in the next pub.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Keep shutting down. There's still a few.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near like what it used to be.
It's terrible, man.
But I remember, I mean, I'm too young. By the time I started going out drinking, it was already dying off here in Whitley Bay. But some of the lads I know who's a bit older than me, they've always said the nightlife around here, and on like bank holiday Mondays and things like that, there'd be people outside all over drinking.
It seems like this like now, you know what I mean? Because it's lovely weather, you would think it would be absolutely heaving.
I know.
In the olden days, it used to be down the beach and everything, it was heaving.
Alright.
No,
it's sad, isn't it? But it's still a nice place to come to. If you want to come to Whitley Bay, guys, and come down the seafront, you won't be disappointed. It's a lovely place. So, what's your name anyway? Steve. Nice talking to you, Steve. I'm Chris, and my YouTube channel's called Blot Outdoor Show.
Alright.
BLOT Outdoor Show. You know it makes sense.
Okay.
So, nice talking to you, Steve.
Nice to
Catch you later, Mara.
Yeah.
Ta-ra. There you go, local legend. Didn't have a clue who I was, but quite happy to stand there and have a bit crack on with the Mandingo. You better believe it. So this field here and that there is where me and Mrs. Blot and the kids used to come for a game of crazy golf when we were stopping in the campsite over there. Let's mooch along to the lighthouse now. Hello there. You alright? Right on. Sellers your bike. Why it's flash. Hey mate. Hey mate. Do us a favour. If I ask you really nicely, is there any chance you'll sell us your jawbone? Your jawbone. Oh why, suit yourself. Bloody ignorant. Sell us your bike. Sell us your bikes now. Sell us your dogs. So the tide's in too far, guys. What a shame. We can't get over to St Mary's Lighthouse. Obviously you can see when the tide goes out a bit, you've got this little pathway, roadway, goes over. There's people actually live on there. You better believe they do. I think the tide must be due to go out soon, because there's quite a few people hanging around. A good, I would say 14 years ago, when me and Mrs. Blot were on holiday at the campsite up there with the stepdaughters and my son. Preston was only like 3 at the time. We'd been over on the island over there. I'm sure you can get a coffee on there as well. Yeah, the tide was starting to come back in. So we were like, come on then, let's get back over. We don't want to get stranded. And then when we got over, we stood around for a bit, you know, taking some photographs and what have you. And then when the tide comes in, it comes in really, really quick. And this man and woman got stranded. They got stuck there. The woman was crying. I don't know what she was crying around. She was safe. The only thing is, they would have been stuck there for like, how long? How long does it take before the tide goes out? Half a day? Is it 10 hours or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, guys, if you know the answer for that. But they got stuck. I know you might think, oh, could they not just like quickly get over? It came in so quick, the water would have been up to the waist. Yeah, and you don't want to go out there, guys, when it's a bit choppy. The water will just take you away and you'll wake up dead in the morning, if you know what I'm talking about. What an absolutely beautiful day. I've timed this right. I've timed this absolutely right. Just walking back to the Blockmobile and I've just heard this legend shout, Mandingo! How you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, champion.
What's your name, Mara?
Richie.
Richie, nice to meet you, mate. Aye. Yeah, it's Stacey, alright? Big fans of the channel,
Aye,
like?
watch it out then, yeah.
Magic, thank you very much.
Aye.
Really
Lots
appreciate
of
that.
work around and camping.
Good stuff, mate.
Aye, we've seen, like you said, on the fans group, like, we'll come now. So quickly blasting in that.
Yeah,
We can't do the Whitley Bay and that's we can't like whose thoughts because it might be there working up the way.
Well, that's where our thoughts start off around here, and working the way black along, you know what I mean?
Black along.
So, he's in a world of his own there, he's not looking out.
Watches he constantly.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you watching the channel, like, and thanks for coming along and saying hello.
From Ashton, so we drove out of it.
Right, well, I was at Ashton, wasn't I, the other week?
But we weren't on your fans group then, so we couldn't see
Right. Lovely place though, isn't it?
Aye, it's lovely. We're going to take the band up with the music.
Lovely when you've got the weather, like.
Definitely.
I've just been talking to some local guy earlier on, and he was sitting, the place is getting worse. But I mean, everyone says that, don't they? Wherever you're from, everyone says the same thing. But for me, being like an outsider coming in, and only coming down like on the seafront, with it being sunny as well, it's lovely, you know. So, do you know any good food places around here, like, or not?
Really.
Nah, there's plenty of places for fish and chips, like, isn't there?
We were going to see a Seaton Delville, doing it Seaton Delville. They've got a good fish and chip shop doing there. It's the Harbour View. Seaton Sluice.
Seaton Sluice.
But it's doing the way, it's about a mile and a half doing the way.
Is there a Seaton Delville as well? Is that two different places?
Aye, it's farther up the way.
Right.
Delville, but the
Seaton
fish is
Sluice.
massive.
I'll have to go there another day, like, and check that out. Kind of a nice fish in your mouth, you know what I mean? Hey, matron! So, thanks for coming over, my man friend, very much appreciated.
Can't believe we've seen
Exactly.
Yeah, brilliant.
We'll see you on YouTube tonight.
Well, yeah, you'll be on YouTube,
My
so
sons will be devastated. They're at school.
happy dingoes.
Yeah, but that's it.
Nice talk. What's up, mate?
Come in. Cheers, thanks very much.
No problem. Thank you very much for coming over and saying hello.
Mate.
Carry on watching the Blot Outdoor Show and tell people about it.
Exactly.
Cheers. Thank you. See you later. Cheers. Hey, mate. Sell us your bike.
No.
Which one am I? You watch me videos. You must watch that many things on YouTube,
I
do you?
yes.
My channel's called Blot Outdoor Show.
Outdoors, yes.
I'm the one that goes camping and
Yes.
drinks whiskey.
Nowhere,
Sometimes little Mick comes out with us. Aye.
I first seen you when you were in concert.
Aye, I done a mooch around video there the other week, didn't I? Oh, aye. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, mate.
Aye.
Is that you and your gang along there on the bike side?
Oh no, I'm just out on my own today, running it in.
Alright. I seen you drive past earlier on, like, and I said, sell us your bike. When you drove
I
past.
never heard. I mate, I had my music on.
I didn't know you were going to come over and say hello, like, so.
I seen you walking down there. I thought, where's he gone?
Aye. I was hoping the tide. I was hoping the tide was going to be out, like, and go over to the Lighthouse, but no joy.
No.
I think it might be due out, like, because there's loads of people hanging around.
It's going out.
Loads of people hanging around, so I'm not going to hang around for that, like. I'm going to have a mooch at the campsite. So I've just been telling me viewers, I used to go there years ago with the kids when they were little, and then I'm going to go along to the town centre, have a walk around, see if I can get talking to some more legends like yourself, and get some scrandingo for me fat belly, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm going to do.
Aye.
Because
So,
there's usually a footy van down here.
is there?
Yes, but there's only the ice cream man today. So I don't
Plenty
know
of
why
places
they're
along
here.
there for fish and chips, isn't there, and stuff like that, so
I'm going to the Harbour View.
what's that further? North,
Seaton
is it?
Sluice.
Alright.
Best in the north east.
Is that where you get the giant fish and chips?
No, you can do.
That couple's just been on about it there, like.
That's the Waterford Arms.
The Waterford Arms. I'll remember that then for another
If
day.
you see the chippy on the left, turn right, that's a big right building.
You won't make sense. Well, I'll save that for another day because I'm sticking around like Whitley Bay today. So, aye, nice talking to you, mate. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello.
No bother.
Catch you later, my man friend. I'll video you driving off. See you later, mate. Well, you're good looking. I couldn't go home without checking out the old campsite where we used to stay years ago. Let's have a quick mooch around, guys. We've got crazy golf here for little Mick, if he ever comes here. I remember being here in this area and they had like a sales day on for the static caravans and they were dishing out free burgers and hot dogs. My son fell back and split his head open on the corner of one of the caravans, and then we had to spend about the next 6 or 7 hours at the hospital. Typical, isn't it, when you go away? There's always something goes wrong when you've got little skids where you've got like the clubhouse down here where you've got a bar, restaurant, there's like a big room for entertainment where they have like singers on and stuff for the little kiddies, kids disco and all that shite. See now, when we used to come here years ago, this is where we used to stay, but this was just like an open field for touring caravans. We didn't really like the statics and being stuck in one place every weekend, so we had a touring caravan where we could go somewhere not too far away like here, or we'd go to the Lake District, Yorkshire. We used to go up to like Hagston Castle, up Northumberland. Aye, but this was like the open field for touring caravans. Obviously the demand for these statics must have been that high. They've scrapped off the touring shit, and now it's all just statics. It's all about the money, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's enough of that. All campsites pretty much look the same. I just thought I'd take a walk up, just for me really, just to come back up here after like 14, 15 years, whatever it's been. I thought I'd bore you and bring you along with us. Do you know what I mean, guys? So come on then, let's get back down to the Blockmobile, and then we'll head along the seafront. We'll probably stop off at a couple of places first before we make our way to the town centre. I might even get some food, you know, before the end of the video. I might get some food from a cafe somewhere, get me fat belly nice and full, and then we'll continue the mooch towards the end of the video. How does that sound? Why are you bothered? Just parked up, guys, just a bit of a mooch further along the seafront. There's an absolute legend here waiting to say hello. What's your name, mate?
Legend, Carlos.
Carlos.
Alright, mate.
Nice to meet you.
See you.
Nice to meet you, my man friend. Spot on, mate. Lovely day, like, isn't it?
Oh, it's cracking. Nice doing your Friday afternoon mooch about.
I'm having a mooch around, aye. I've started off along the Lighthouse,
right?
St Mary's Lighthouse, and just worked my way along.
Oh,
I'll go in the town centre and hopefully find somewhere nice to get some scrandingo for me fat belly.
Aye, oh, nice.
Are you a local lad like Carlos?
Aye, just up the road. Just up the road.
So,
it's a cracking little place. Like,
can you recommend anywhere good for food, like?
Oh, you'd be inundated around here. If you fancy fish and chips, there's Pantrini's just round the corner.
What's it called?
Pantrini's.
Pantrini's.
Just round the corner.
Is that the best one you reckon, like?
It's alright. Aye, it's alright.
There's plenty though, isn't there? There's plenty there.
If you go further up onto the main street, there's loads along the main street as well. There's Turkish Delight.
I'm going to go right up into the, like, the centre and that, like. Aye.
If you go to Turkish Delight, get the pizza that is called Turkish Delight.
Right.
And it's literally got everything on it.
Sounds good, like.
Oh,
sounds a bit heavy, a bit pizza like during the day, but it still sounds good.
So you get on.
Aye, I'll see. When I walk around a bit more, I'll work up a hunger.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
I can't believe I just literally seen you pulling. I thought, it's a Mandingo pulling the Blockmobile. I had a feeling you'd come down here sooner or later.
Aye, I've timed it right, like. A lovely day.
Aye. Oh, it's lush, 30 odd degrees.
So what do you reckon about the place? Like, what's your opinion on Whitley Bay? I think it's a fantastic place.
Brilliant, aye.
Cheers,
cracking, aye. For a couple of beers, it's just lovely, man. Lovely
it's,
little,
I was talking to an older guy earlier on, and he was on about back in the day when it used to be thriving and people used to be out drinking, all the pubs used to be full. The lady I've just been talking to and all, I didn't get her on camera, she was asking me, she says, did you come years ago,
Bank
Holiday Mondays when everyone was just outside drinking?
Because you're similar sort of age to me, so that's how I saw the
I'm 47, how old are you?
I'm 47, I was 47 last week.
Aye, well, I think it was kind of, was it dying off a bit when we first started going out drinking, or did you just catch the end of it?
No, it was like right in its heyday. I like the mid-90s.
I didn't come through like on a Bank Holiday Monday. Me and the lads came through a couple of times, like in a minibus, but not on a Bank Holiday Monday, and we'd have a few drinks, and then we'd shoot off back to Sunderland City Centre to go nightclub, and that was back in the days when the bars used to shut 11 o'clock at night, and then the nightclubs used to open, and then by 2 o'clock. Everything was finished, wasn't it? It was time to go home unless you had someone's house to go back to.
Yeah, there was no like 24-hour drinking and all that.
But it was better back then though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pubs were all chock-a-block and...
proper pubs, proper clubs.
Aye. No idiots walking around like me with phones in the hand.
Aye.
Everyone was having a conversation. You go in the pub now, everyone's just sat with their heads down, aren't they? Playing with their phones instead of...
I still can't believe like me and my mates used to just meet up every Friday night in the same booze after work. And nobody had mobile phones to text and say, where are you, what's happening? You just met. And everybody was always there.
That's it,
regardless.
Like, you knew who was going to be out, didn't you?
Aye.
And,
but we're so our age now, like,
but that's it.
It's like,
it didn't cost much money to go out here though, did it?
Nah.
You didn't need a fortune. If you were going to just go local, you didn't need a fortune.
I remember going down Whitley Bay and I'd see a day with like 20, 30 quid, and that was like a good night. That was like drinks.
Kebab.
That was your kebab at the end of the night, that was your taxi home.
Aye.
As well.
Here you go now. Them were the days, weren't they?
The good old days were showing our age
Them
now,
were the days, mate. Well, thank you for coming over and saying
Oh, it's
hello,
cracking-
mate.
cracking to
And
see you.
thank you for watching the videos, like.
No bother, no
Much
bother.
appreciated.
Enjoy your mooch about.
Aye. Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Catch you later.
Take care.
Cheers, Mara. Carlos, there you go. Absolute legend. Just walking back along the town centre, guys. Bumping into Richie again. He says he's put that photo on. Me and him got a photo took together. And he's put it on the Facebook fans group. And everyone's calling him Little Mick. Why are you some Little Mick?
Little Mick's brother.
You're a little bit taller than Little Mick, like.
Just a little bit.
So, God, it's absolutely boiling.
boiling, isn't it?
I'm sweating like a fat lass from Stoke-on-Trent in a Benidorm discotheque, you know what I mean? I'm going to carry on mooching, mate,
Yeah, get
because
yourself back, yes,
I've got to get this video made, because this goes on YouTube tonight. So, yeah, I'm going down the seafront, town centre, Scrandingo, and I'll see you on YouTube tonight, my man friend.
Cheers, man.
See you, Richie, mate.
See you later, man.
Cheers, man.
Ta-ra.
See you later. This used to be that Spanish city thing back in the day. I don't know if it's still called that now. Back in the glory days, when my mum and dad would bring us through, you'd always come here. There was like fairground rides, and it was just like absolutely heaving back in the day. Still nice now, like. Not quite sure what to eat, to be honest. Tea rooms there. You've got amusements over the road. Oh well, let's have a look inside, see what's going on. Right. Award-winning fish and chips. Oh, it's just a big fish and chip shop. Like a fish and chip restaurant. I'll not stick the camera in when people's eating. Champagne bar and restaurant. I am some champagne, Charlie. It's alright, I'll turn the camera off you. The gallery in St Mary's Lighthouse Suite. Don't even know if I'm allowed up. If you don't look, you don't get. Shy Bairns get snout, if you know what I'm talking to snout. Nice place, folks. Couldn't record too much because of the music and copyright issues, if you know what I'm talking about. But it was like a champagne bar. You didn't have to get alcohol, you could have just got a coffee. Lovely fish and chip restaurant down the bottom. Very nice indeed. I didn't think it was going to be like that. I'll have to come back through with Mrs. Blot with a sexy bot. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. Oh, you cannot see that. Sell us your bikes. Hi there, you alright? What's your name, by the way?
I'm Billy.
Billy, nice to meet you, Billy, my man friend.
I moved up from Blackpool. My daughter lives here. So my son-in-law's for cover.
Scottish, though, aren't you?
Aye, for Glasgow
So,
originally.
Glasgow originally. Rangers?
Aye.
Yes, that's
But
the
I lived
style.
in Blackpool for 30 odd years.
Aye.
And then my daughter went to uni up here, so I've been coming back.
It's nice here, though, isn't it?
I like all the coast up here.
The whole people of the North East are
Yeah,
fantastic,
they're brilliant,
aren't they?
they're brilliant. I mean,
Everyone's brilliant.
we were over, the last time I was over the other side of the river was my daughter-in-law. She run the run, the Great North East.
All right, aye.
And the thunderstorm struck.
I'm thinking about doing the Great North Run, like, but I need to
My
lose about 2
son-in-law's
stone.
doing it.
I need to lose a couple of stone first.
Well, my son Craig, he's doing it. He's been doing his training, so he's going to do it in September.
Fit lad, is he?
40 this- Well, he's done it before, but he's 40 now.
Aye.
So he's going to be doing it a bit older.
So, you lived at Blackpool for how long?
30 odd years.
I've
Both my kids were brought up there.
I mean, me and Mrs. Block go to Blackpool now and again.
Aye,
Down on the
it's
seafront, still nice.
Aye, the rest is.
But when you get in the streets behind,
Oh, that's what I say, it's a lot of veneer.
it's a bit of a
And there's
shithole,
some
isn't
great
it?
people, don't get me wrong, I've had some great mates in Blackpool. There's some lovely folk down there, but it's just getting the regeneration going. It's alright building fancy offices for the DWP and all that, but people need the infrastructure, community centre, you know, because it's all aimed towards tourism, which is great, it brings money in, but none of it seems to come back to
Well, that's it. The council's looking after like the tourist section,
They do, yeah.
but they're not looking after their own.
There's a lad I used to work with.
Place is falling to bits.
The lad I used to work with, Danny, he's a lovely guy. He used to be the marketing guy for the company I work for. He's now the head, and he'll do a good job. Danny's a nice lad. Because he's got the town at heart. It's not about money for Danny.
That's what you want. You need someone who's actually got the town at heart.
Yeah, he's a good
Instead of
guy.
thinking about lining their own pockets, you know what I mean?
There's some great people in Blackpool. Gally, Councillor Gally's a really good guy. I worked for him for a bit on the heritage side with the tramway and all that. He's a nice guy. They're constant, you know, there's a few people there, but it's like everything else. A lot of the hotels, they closed and become buildings of multiple occupancy, so a lot of guys with it work, so you get a load of people that are not there for the best interests.
That's it.
Some of them are, but it's a lot of them, and that's what it's focused on all the time. But it's a hell of a lot of good work goes on in Blackpool, you know what I mean? I enjoyed it when I was there, but I always wanted.
I like Blackpool. It'll always hold a special place to everyone's heart,
My
won't it?
lad still lives there.
It reminds you of going back there when you were younger and that.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was supposed to go years ago, and I couldn't get time off work. You know, the first time I was going was September weekend, and my mates all planned it, and actually it was that busy, you had to sleep in a bath. Do you know what I mean? It's changed days, isn't it?
that's it, like.
Changed days.
But this is fantastic here as well,
it's
isn't
good,
it?
isn't it? Yeah, it's nice day. They bring your kids out to
And then
school.
as you get further up, you know, all the way up the Northumberland coast,
I like going
it's
to
just, it's
Alnwick
beautiful.
and that.
Oh, God.
Amble's lovely. I'd like to live up there.
Everywhere's nice all the way up,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is. Well, I always say to people when they're coming, we got my daughter's, my son's girlfriend's mum and dad, they were up from Northland, but they started up and worked their way back. So they went up.
Yeah.
Said, oh, it was amazing. Because everybody goes to West Coast, don't they?
They do, aye.
You know, you got Morecambe, Blackpool, and then you got up to Silliff and all that. But I said, get the other side, it's
Like,
beautiful.
even where I'm from, I'm not just big in my own city up. The beaches at Sunderland,
It's beautiful,
you get
isn't it?
further down to Seaham.
Yeah, that's right.
Seaham's
Seaham.
got lovely beaches.
I
All the
went
way
there last year.
all the way to the North East Coast, fantastic.
Her boyfriends for Seaham, and she used to travel commute. Because I walked out at the airport and waiting, I'm up there.
That's where I'm from, like Seaham.
Aye, it's alright down there, isn't it?
Nice,
Sort of
nice.
places.
Lovely.
And there's John Roxford does a guitar tuition. He used to be he's a Hartlepool lad.
Aye.
He's got like North City Stone, I would say that's that.
Hartlepool, what's that like? It's like, is it Cleveland? I don't know.
Aye,
They move the boundaries of the
aye,
counties
they
all the
did,
time,
aye,
don't
yeah.
they?
Well, I think
Teesside, Cleveland,
Well,
I
the
don't
first lad
know.
I ever worked with Newcastle was he was Scotland mad because we were born in Newcastle, right? But he broke his parents for this neck of the woods and he ended up in Scotland.
Aye.
He was a fanatic. He said, I killed him. And I said, you're more Scottish than me. Like Jimmy Daly. I don't know what age he is now. He must be well in. I'm in my 60s. He was in his 70s or 80s.
Hey, you look well from your 60s,
Ah,
mate.
well,
Is that a
it's-
picture of you when you were younger?
Aye, that's me, Jimmy Dean, one of my heroes. But that's not, I don't like advertising, you know, I don't wear sort of Nike and all that, I'm too old for that,
You wear what you want, mate.
Yeah, but I like to keep the old traditional guys going. Well, I better
stuff,
go and get my
mate.
chips.
Nice
to
talking
be
to you,
cooked.
mate.
Chris, it's an
Nice
absolute
talking to you.
pleasure, mate.
Aye.
And I'll see you online.
Carry on watching the Block Outdoor Show. Have you got a right? Right.
Right, take care.
See you later, mate.
See you later,
Nice
Ron.
talking to you, Mara.
Lovely.
Cheer on, mate.
See you later, buddy.
See you later.
Sell us your bike.
Why, it's the spit of Blackpool.
Sell us your bike.
Just make me way up to the little town centre area now, guys. It's absolutely boiling. I think I might even stop and sit outside a pub and get myself a nice cold pint of shandy. Just about a third of a lager in and the rest lemonade. You're probably thinking, why don't you take your top off? Why didn't you just leave this in the car, Mandingo? I've got my car keys, charging wires, power banks. I've got too much shit on us, my inhaler. I wouldn't be able to carry it all in my pockets. So yeah, I think I'll treat myself to a nice cold pint of shandy. And then we'll have to find somewhere to get some scrandingo, Mrs. Blott told us about somewhere before I came out today. What was it called? No Fret. I think it's like a little coffee shop, but they do food as well. She said, try that, that looks good. I've never came across it yet, so once I sit down and I've got a nice cold drink, I'll have a look on me sat nav. I'm not even quite sure what kind of food they do. If I don't go there, it's probably going to end up being fish and chips. You know what it's like, guys, when you go to the seaside, definitely when you've got the sunshine, mad for it. You always end up with fish and chips, don't you? And I've got no complaints with that. So here we go, get around this corner, and then I think it's like the start of the town centre, around there. You know, it makes total sense. Right. Gary Glitter and Black Beauty at exactly the same time. I'll keep her in the wank bank for later on, mate. Before we head off in that direction, guys, just going to check out this old church. You know me by now, I'm a bit of a boring bastard. I like to check out the old churches and the old buildings. It's very interesting for a boring bastard. This is serious stealth camping. You better believe it. Some poor bugger's been sleeping rough in the bushes over there. Good stealth camping spot, like. Someone's beat us to it. I don't know if it's been abandoned. If there was someone there, I would have went to GREGGS and got them a sausage roll or a sandwich and a coffee, but it's probably been abandoned. Right, quick walk round here and then off to the little town centre. And it is just a little town centre area, so there's not much to see. However, let's go and get a beer, a good old Jeff beer. I think we've got some local crackheads going to pinch some sarnies. Let's see if we can see the local crackheads, Stephen. Free food, lads? Free food, mate? Fucking scruffy bastard. Not much to see down here, guys, just all bed and breakfasts. That takes you back down to the seaside. I might as well double black, walk back through the town centre again, which doesn't take long because it's not very big. your swinger centre there, guys. Not for me, but each of their own. Got a swinger there. Whitley Bay metro station.
Hey, mate.
Alright, mate. Nice little cuff there.
Hey, mate.
So there you go, folks. I've had a good mooch around Whitley Bay. Yeah, we've been speaking to some legends. We're getting some crackheads on the old camaraderie. Thieving from GREGGS. We've seen someone leaving the swingers club. Aye, we've been all the way along the far end, starting at the Lighthouse, St Mary's Lighthouse, all the way along here to the metro station. Now it's time to get some scrandingo, yeah, because I need to do some munching Gladbach. I need to get home, finish off editing the video, the old Dr. Edit Brown, if you know what I'm talking about, and get this on YouTube.
Sellers, you bake.
Get this on YouTube for you legends to watch tonight. That calf Mrs. Block was telling us about, it'll be nearly shut now, so they'll have no hot food on. It was a bit too early for me to eat earlier on. I like to walk around and work up a hunger. I think what I'm going to do is go back down onto the seafront where we passed earlier on, and there's a fish and chip shop down there. It used to be nice back in the day. I don't know what it's like now, but when me and Mrs. Blood used to come through, like I told you earlier on, in our touring caravan, that's where we used to go for fish and chips, and it used to be nice back in the day. So yeah, it's fish and chips again, guys. What do you expect at the seaside in the sunshine? I won't just get fish and chips, I'll get another couple of things as well to go with it, because I'm a big fat hungry bastard, pardon my French Canadian. I'll see you down at the fish and chip shop. Howe. Ah. Right folks, the fish and chip shop's just down here. You can see the sign for it there. Fish and chips. Let's go down and get some scrandingo ordered. Mandingos. I'll have fish and chips, battered sausage.
Just by itself?
Yeah. What else have you got ready there?
I've got chicken nuggets, fish cakes, cheese savouries, meat patties.
I'll have a meat patty, please.
Just by itself?
Yeah. A tub of gravy and a can of Fanta, please.
Anything else?
That's all, thanks. The Whitley Whaler. That's where we're getting our fish and chips from, guys. Right folks, we've got the scrandingo. Let's get back to the Blockmobile and get stuck in. £23 altogether. When I was stood outside the fish and chip shop, there was a guy went past in a white van and he shouted, "Hey mate!" I turned round, he went, "I'll turn round and come back," but I've been standing around for 5 minutes and I don't know where he is. I need to get this food eaten, so hopefully he comes along. I think he might have been looking out for the Mandingo just to say hello and have a bit crack on. Anyway, snout I can do about that. I've got this food to eat. I'll bring you black and a few slacondas. I haven't seen him, mate. How you timed that right? Just getting back to the Blockmobile with me scrandingo. How you doing, mate? You alright? What's your name, man?
Paul.
Paul, nice to meet you, my man friend.
You alright?
Aye, been watching me videos, like?
all the time.
Cheers,
My
pal.
cousin was talking to you last week.
Where was that at?
Jarrell.
Jarrah.
He was in the passenger seat of the car, and you'd done the shout out for his daughter.
Ah, right, aye. That was a good one walking around there. There was loads of people coming over.
Loads of people. Aye.
You know, loads of people.
I seen you advertised that you were coming into Whitley, so I was like, right, I'm picking the Littons up. I'm going to have a look.
Good stuff. I've just been sitting with viewers there. There's a guy just drove past in a van shouting, "Hey mate, I was standing looking for you." I says, "I've been looking for him for 5 minutes."
I seen the Jeep already. Then I thought I'll go and park up. It's easy.
Aye, well, aye. Good stuff, mate.
I've got the Littons with us.
Does the little one watch it and all?
Sometimes I say hello.
You should throw it on for him late at night. We'll get him to sleep.
I will.
Hello, little man dingo. How you doing?
Leave his food alone.
Fish and chips, mate.
He's got the right top on.
You selling fan like? Oh yes, that's
I've been
the
for
style,
years,
man.
mate.
That's the style.
My son is my oldest one. He's 16. He's a massive Sunderland fan as well.
Where do you live at, like?
Wall's End.
God, that is Newcastle territory and all, isn't it? Or is there a few Sunderland fans there?
Aye. Yeah.
Nearly Newcastle, though.
I mean Newcastle.
I
I
had
get
a-
loads of grief for it. Like.
Yeah, it's all good banter, innit?
Oh.
I mean, you get the few dickheads, but we've got that on both sides, haven't we?
Definitely.
Most people are legends.
I get loads of it. Honestly, loads. But it is what it is.
It is
At the end of
what
the
it
day,
is.
At the end of the day, the way I look at it is if everybody supported the same team, it would just be boring.
Well, that's the same thing with everything in life, isn't it? If we all had the same views, if we all had the same religion and the same beliefs, the world would be boring, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
But,
Definitely.
God, supporting Sunderland and Newcastle is like a religion, isn't it? Because
Yeah, definitely.
we both never win anything. Saying that, mind, they won that little cup the other week,
The
didn't
Mickey
they?
Mouse Cup. I used to call it the Mickey Mouse when we were there years ago.
I'm only joking, guys. Do you know what it is? Since my channel's been doing well, the amount of Newcastle fans that watch, there's thousands, and I've never had one bad comment. I think it's because I don't behave like a dickhead. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, it's all good.
Watson. Yeah, cool.
Aye, yeah, I tell you what, mate. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello.
Like I say, I seen that you seen some. I think you must have put it on that you were coming down to Whitley, and I thought, right, I'm gonna have a drive down. And like I say, my cousin was in it last week, so
Good stuff, mate.
what?
Well, you'll be on YouTube tonight, mate.
I'm gonna
So
watch it.
tune in.
I'll definitely watch
I'm going to try and get up at 8 o'clock, but it might be.
I,
He's all right, mate. He's all right. It might be 8:30 or 9 by the time it gets on.
I seen it last week. I was like, it hasn't
Well,
come on yet.
last week I don't know what happened. It was
Probably
just
good.
loading up really slow. I mean, that only happens once in a blue moon, so it should be on in good time tonight.
You need
So,
to get down to Wall's End, man. Have a trip on Wall's End.
is that going little town centre in there, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll do all
Probably-
in next week. I might see you again.
You probably will. But like I say, I'll live along there, and I'll tell you some good. I'll tell you a good trip to go to.
Good stuff, Mara. Right, I'm going to get stuck in
Cheers,
now,
Chris.
and I might see you in Walls End next week.
See
See you later, Mara.
Cheers, Chris.
Ta-ra, mate.
Bye.
Another legend? You better believe it. Ta-ra, mate.
Ta-ra.
See you, Mara. You know it makes sense. Come on then, folks. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got before we dive in. There we have the corned beef patty and the battered sausage. We've got the gravy in there. I normally get curry katona, but I'm getting gravy this time. And fish and chips. Loads of salt and vinegar in there. I've already drank my can of Fanta, but I've got a warm bottle of Pepsi Max and 2 warm bottles of water here. They'll have to do. Right on. Oh, yes, Mandingos. Here we go. Time to get stuck into this Scrandingo. Down from the seaside at Whitley Bay. The Whitley Whaler was the name of the chippy. Here we have some gravy, battered sausage, and a corned beef patty. Let's get stuck in, guys. Oh, I can just feel like that's piping hot. That's a nice taste of the sausage. Gravy's nice and thick, but not too thick. Certainly not watery. That's a nice sausage. Sausage gobbler. Amazing. What a fantastic day that's been. Keep getting lucky, you know, walking around, bumping into absolute legends no matter where I go. Really nice. Really nice sausage, guys. I know they all pretty much taste the same no matter where you get them from. But sometimes they're really nice, sometimes they're okay. That's a really nice sausage. Mrs. Block would enjoy that. She does like munching on a good old sausage. Once a week. Oh, matron! The old pork sword. Oh. Yeah. That's a good start, folks. £23 altogether. Maybe not the cheapest. Fish and chips, sausage, patty, gravy and a can of Fanta. But you're down by the seafront. You are going to pay that, guys. Corned beef patty. Crispy batter. Very crispy. Which I don't mind. I don't like it if they're too soggy. That's the only time I criticise the batter. If it's crispy on the outside and a little bit soggy on the inside, that's okay. If it's really crispy like that, I'm quite happy with that. My son loves it when it's like that, when the batter's really crispy. Corned beef and potato, guys. Maybe a bit onion in there as well, yeah. Corned beef, potato, and bunion. Oh yes, pet. Very nice indeed. A good quality sausage and a good quality patty. The patty wasn't the biggest, but it did taste like it had quite a bit of corned beef in. Sometimes you get them from some places and they'll be bigger, but there's no corned beef in them, it's just all potato. But aye, fantastic start, guys. Nice sausage, nice patty, lovely thick gravy. And it is boiling in this car. I've got the windows open, so it's keeping us cool a little bit. Oh, now it's time for the main shit stain. You better believe it. Let's try some chipperoonies. And I can smell there's loads of salt and vinegar on there. Loads of salt and vinegar makes them miles better. Some places are really greedy, aren't they? They'll say, do you want salt and vinegar on? Or you will say, can you put some salt and vinegar on? And they only put a tiny bit on. Oh. The lady in there's put loads on. Good quality chips. Some crispy ones there. I like it when you get the crispy chips. You like these bits? I love them bits. And my son loves them ones. You know when you get a black chip? Ah no! You cannot see a black chip. There was another nice fish and chip shop I came across. You know when I went to the metro station, there was one there just outside there, but this one here is just like a 2-minute walk from where I'm parked, so I thought it's ideal to come here. Yeah, tell you what, let's have some flish, the old flisherooning, and then we'll go back to the chips, and we'll dip the chips in the old gravy. Them's nice, cooked to perfection. cooked through just right. Good quality. Really good quality, guys. You know, it makes sense. Oh yes, pet. Right, here we go. Flisheroonie. Let's snap some of this off. Oh, I love it when that happens. You know, when you get like a nice thick piece of cod neck. The batter seems nice and crisp as well. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, guys. That is exactly what this man Dingo was talking about. I love it when you get a nice piece of fish, battered fish. Sometimes you go to places now and it's no cheap meal, is it? It's expensive now with fish and chips, and you get it from somewhere and it's just not very good. And you've paid a fortune, definitely when it's like for you and your wife and the kids and the grandkids. Oh God, and you spent about £50 on fish and chips and it's shite. So it's nice when you get that and you take that first bite. And it just tastes lovely. No skin on, no batter, sorry, no skin on, no bones, lovely crispy batter. Oh, yes. Come on then, let's get some more. I cannot waste any of this. So for anyone I've been talking to today, thank you for coming over and saying hello. And I'm not just talking about the people that were on the video. I bumped into a lovely lady along in the Lighthouse car park. She had her work uniform on and a badge with her name on, so she couldn't be on camera. It was lovely talking to you. Lovely lady. She said her husband's a big fan of the channel, so thank you very much for watching, my man friend. And then anyone else who's come over and said hello and I didn't have a chance to get the camera turned on, thank you very much for your support. You were all helping these Friday night videos be entertaining. If they are entertaining, you might think it's boring, but I'm enjoying it, guys. That's the main thing. I am loving, God, I'm sweating here. I'm loving walking around these different towns and villages and cities and bumping into different legends, seeing places I haven't seen before or going back to places I haven't been to for years. And it's just getting me fat arse off the couch. Getting us out and about, mooching around. Oh, pardonsky. Very nice, guys. You can hear the crunch on the batter, can't you? Spot on. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I cannot leave any. I'm stuffed now. After having some chips, sausage patty, I'm quite full, but it's just too nice to leave any. I forgot to get a fork as well, but who cares? When you're having fish and chips, you just dive in, don't you? Lovely. Right, come on then. That fish is really nice, guys. Maybe not quite as good as the fish I had last week. Me and my son and Mrs. Blott, we went to Tynemouth, not to make a video, we weren't recording, just a bit family time, and we got fish and chips I'm forgetting what the fish and chip shop was called. Oh, the fish was like, it was the best fish we'd had in a long time. That's not quite as good as that, but it's still really nice. So, value for money, £23. I can hear a lot of you screaming at the telly, what? £23? That's expensive, Mandingo. Yeah, it's not cheap, is it? It's not cheap, but you come down to the seafront, you've got to be prepared. You know you're going to be paying a little bit more, so I'm not really going to complain, guys. It is what it is, as they say in the doo-dang. Portion size, yeah, the fish wasn't massive, but what I had was lovely. Loads of chips, standard size battered sausage. Same again with a patty. It wasn't a big patty, but it was really nice, and you could actually taste the corned beef in it, rather than it being big and just being filled with potato. So no complaints again on portion size. Food quality, really good, guys. Really good. Patty and sausage, lovely and tasty. Gravy, nice and thick, also tasty. Chips cooked perfect. The fish was really good. Not quite as good as the one I had at Tynemouth last week. I'll have to go back and do a mooch around video in Tynemouth at some point and go back to that fish and chip shop. So going off all that, guys, I'm going to give this a solid, it's still a big fat score, I'm going to give it a solid 9. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 dingo. Oh, pardon ski. My Mandy Dingleberry Finley queers. Everything was spot on. Lovely jubbly. There you go then. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give this Mandingo a big thumbs up. And please tune in for the next video, which will be a serious stealth camp on Sunday night. I'm now going to leave you with some fans clips. Send your fans clips in, guys. There hasn't been many coming in lately. You can either send me them in private through Instagram, PM me through Instagram, Blot Outdoors Show Official, or email me, blotoutdoors@outlook.com. There you go. It's now time for me to say bonjour, and I'll see you in the next one. You know what I'm talking about, and you know what makes absolute, complete, total sense. Right.
Oh, matron.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Sell us a job on. Matron. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Aye, yeah. Sell us your job on. Oh, well, suit yourself.
Here, mate, do us a favour. One of yous, sell us your jawbones, like.
It's the glove of self-love.
That's without a nuclear weapon.
Oh. Brr. 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 Brr.
Oh. 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 Oh.
You know, it's make total sense, mate. Very nice.